Abraham Lincoln. A name that echoes through American history. The man who saved the Union. The president who ended slavery. A symbol of courage, justice, and moral strength. But behind the legend lies a far more fragile, human, and heartbreaking story. A story of poverty, of loss, of loneliness, and a quiet determination that would one day reshape an entire nation. This is the untold life of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was born in a tiny, rough-hewn log cabin in rural Kentucky in 1809. No comfort. No books. Almost no money. Just the hard life of the American frontier. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a stubborn, restless man. Always moving, always searching for better land. But better land never came. His mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, was gentle, the quiet center of the family. To young Abraham, she was warmth, safety, and love. But when Lincoln was only 9, she became suddenly ill. Within days, she was gone. The boy who would one day lead a nation stood beside a simple wooden grave, trying to understand why the world had taken his mother away. This loss would follow him for the rest of his life. Despite the darkness around him, something powerful grew inside Lincoln. A hunger to learn. Books were rare, teachers even rarer. So Lincoln taught himself. He read everything he could find. Old law books, poems, history, speeches. Sometimes he walked miles across muddy roads just to borrow a single book. Neighbors remembered seeing a tall, awkward boy reading by firelight, lips moving silently, eyes full of determination. He dreamed of a life far beyond the frontier. Though he didn't yet know it, those dreams would lead him to the White House. As a young man, Lincoln failed many times. He failed in business. He lost elections. He faced debts, heartbreak, and deep loneliness. People mocked him for his appearance. His long arms, big hands, unusual posture. But Lincoln had something rare. A calm, humble strength. The kind of strength born from grief. He worked as a store clerk, a rail splitter, a lawyer. Every job taught him something about people. Their pain, their desires, their fears. These lessons would shape his leadership in ways no classroom ever could. When Lincoln entered politics, something unexpected happened. He wasn't loud. He wasn't flashy. But when he spoke, people stopped and listened. His words carried weight. Not because he shouted them, but because they came from a place of honesty, humility, and deep belief in human dignity. He argued against the spread of slavery. Not with anger, but with logic and compassion. Slowly, very slowly, his influence grew. Until in 1860, the nation chose him to be its 16th president. But Lincoln entered the White House not in celebration, but on the edge of catastrophe. Soon after he took office, Southern states seceded. The Civil War, America's deadliest conflict, began. Lincoln carried a weight no human being should ever have to hold. Every decision meant life or death. Every choice shaped the future of millions. He slept only a few hours a night. Reports say he wandered the halls of the White House alone. His face lined with exhaustion. His shoulders heavy with responsibility. He visited soldiers in hospitals, shook hands with widows, and cried quietly after reading casualty lists. The pressure aged him rapidly. The man who entered the presidency looked nothing like the man who would leave it. Yet through all the darkness, he never abandoned compassion. In 1862, with the nation tearing itself apart, Lincoln faced the most difficult decision of his life. Should he free the slaves? Many warned him. You'll lose support. You'll lose the war. You'll destroy your presidency. But Lincoln believed something deeper. That a nation built on freedom could not allow slavery to survive. The Emancipation Proclamation was not just a political move. It was a moral stand. The moment Lincoln chose justice over popularity, millions of enslaved people would one day trace their freedom to this single choice. Behind the speeches and the stature, Lincoln was painfully human. He battled depression for much of his life. He often doubted himself. He feared he wasn't strong enough, or wise enough, to lead a fractured nation. But what made him extraordinary was not perfection, but resilience. He kept moving. He kept believing. He kept hoping. Even when hope seemed impossible. This quiet, humble man guided America through its darkest night. On April 15, 1865, Lincoln's life was cut short. But his legacy, a united nation, a new birth of freedom, a belief in the dignity of all people, lives on. Lincoln's story is not just about power. It's about endurance. About rising again and again from loss. About choosing compassion in a world filled with conflict. He reminds us that greatness does not come from where you start, but from how deeply you're willing to keep going. Abraham Lincoln, a man born in a log cabin, who rose to lead a nation and change the world forever.